I thank the Cherry Jagan Research Center for organizing this evening of reflection in celebration of the life and work of Comrade Janet Jagan. We must never be neglectful in commemorating and honoring those who laid the foundations of our party and our nation. Among those whose contribution tower in our party's and country's history is Comrade Janet Jagan, the 5th executive president of our republic. Her role and her contributions to the party and country are monumental. Janet Jagan, however, did not wish for monuments to be erected in her name or in her honor. She did not crave the limelight of public adulation, but instead dedicated her energies towards bettering the lot of the working class, especially the poor and oppressed. But there is a permanent monument which embodies her efforts and her legacy. The PPP stands as a testimonial to her political activism. It is, as was said before, a living monument to Janet Jagan. In reflecting on her life and achievements, I wish to focus this evening on her enduring contributions to the party which she co-founded, built, and sustained, the People's Progressive Party. That Janet Jagan always was in the forefront of the party's struggles. She was a founder member of the party, one of its principal foot soldiers. Janet was in the vanguard of the nationalist movement, which agitated for independence. She pioneered the women's arm of the party and championed its work. She was part of the agitation for fairer representation in the Executive Council. Janet Jagan helped win the right of workers to be respected by the trade union of their choice. Her untiring efforts contributed in no small measure to the attainment of the right of all adults to vote. Regardless of wealth or status, during the period when the party was cheated out of office through rigged elections, Janet Jagan remained unbowed. She continued to fight for electoral democracy. The PPP would not have been the party it is today had it not been for Janet Jagan. It would not have been capable of rebounding from electoral rigging between 1968 and 1985 had it not been for the role which she and others played in ensuring a strong and resilient institution. Today, the PPP is the foremost political party in Guyana. It has stood the test of time. It enjoys supports across the ethnic divide. Janet Jagan has been one of the party's principal reasons for the party's wide electoral reach and appeal. In and out of office, the PPP has been able to resist the efforts of those who wish to retard our democracy, which Janet Jagan and her husband helped to reinstitute after 1992. The PPP has remained a disciplined and well-structured organization with groups spread all across 10 administrative regions of Guyana. Comrade Janet Jagan played no small part in keeping the party intact and its machinery well-oiled. Janet Jagan was described as the organizational wheelhouse of the PPP. Her organizational skills were second to none within the party. Her untiring exertions in mobilizing support and organizing the work of the party remains unsurpassed in the PPP's history. Janet Jagan was a fervent and energetic activist. She was not someone who could be confined to desk duties. She was at her best when she was out in the communities and fields, helping people, communicating the party's message, and mobilizing support. Comrade Janet Jagan was a stickler for discipline. She set stringent standards and brokered no deviations from these standards. She once wrote a brief, stern note to one of the party's comrades, indicating to him or her that she was not in receipt of a document which was supposed to have been circulated. The tone of the missive showed her inflexibility and intolerance towards slackness when it came to the party's work. Janet Jagan was an internationalist. She always emphasized the need for the party to support international struggles for justice, freedom, equality, women's rights, and anti-racism. The PPP has a consistent track record of advocating for these causes. Janet Jagan was a role model for many of the party's leaders and activists. She was looked upon with respect, and not only because of her contribution to the party's and country's history, but because of her high ideals and principles which she never compromised. Janet Jagan helped to nurture the future leaders of the PPP through her wise counsel, but more also because of the commitment to the party and the hard and long hours which she put into party work. She was generous to a fault and a great humanist, always helping those in need. Comrade Janet Jagan was a woman of many firsts. She was among the first member of Guyana's legislature. She was the first female deputy speaker in the world and the first female president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. But for her, what always came first was the interests of the working people. She dedicated her life to the working people of Guyana and was able to bring about tremendous benefits for them. But without the instrumentality of the PPP, the party which she founded and sustained, her efforts would have been much more difficult. When she resigned from the presidency, she left us with a warning. She said, "The protection of our democracy is vital for the development of our country. Its protection and deepening is a matter for all Guyanese. We all cherish this new foundation, and we must see to it that at all costs, there must never be a return to rigged elections." End of quote. It is our duty to pick up the torch which she ignited and held aloft for so many decades. Her example continues to show us the way forward. I thank you.